What's going on, guys? This is Yasin and welcome to my Yummy Solfachord combo video and deck profile. I think this deck is better than pure Yummy because you have way more pushes going first and second. So through the baby hand shops, you really don't care. Like if your Primo gets Veilered, you just make a Link Rebo and then you special summon a Yummy monster from the hand, and then like, a lot of people don't really know what you're playing anyway. So yeah, honestly, all the baby hand shops, they kind of just suck against this deck. And your Happiness can summon multiple monsters going second. You can conduct 2 pendulum summons. You can summon your scales. Even if you draw multiple copies of Happiness, it's very fun to play with as well. And people will have no idea what the hell you're trying to do, even when you're going second. Like, people are gonna stop all the wrong things, and you can really capitalize off of that. And you're playing 19 non-engine with 16 starters and 4 bricks, so with 3 Yummy bricks and only 1 Solfachord brick. So the ratio of good to bad cards is very good. You're playing 6 God cards, so 3 Primo, 3 Happiness. Any of these cards actually ends on a bigger board than any of the Yummy starters you can draw. The Cutia is like the equivalent of drawing like a Sky Striker starter, so it's not like the best thing, but it doesn't suck at all. And then Solfachord is the only card that does nothing on its own, but it's not a Garnet because if you draw it, the combo still works perfectly fine. Very clean deck. And just honestly everything about my deck list, whether it's in the main, the extra deck, or the side deck, I like everything. I think this deck is fantastic. So I'll be going over the deck list real quick, and then we're going to be jumping into the combos. But before we go any further, as always, you know the drill. Smash the like and subscribe button. Thank you so much. You're the best. Okay, so for the Yummy Engine, 3 Cupsy, 3 Marshmallow, that's just a given. And then for the other monsters, 2 Cookie, 2 Lollipop, you can cut the second cookie, the second Lollipop for an Obedience Schooled if you want to. But Obedience Schooled kind of clashes with the Solfacords because if you draw both, then you have to pick your poison, you know, like you either you either make a worse board if you draw Obedience Schooled, or if you like start with the Solfachord stuff, then you can start losing to Joel and Fua and Perulia much harder. So, but obviously, if you get hit by Perulia, then you obviously go into Obedience Schooled. And then, yeah, obviously, all the bricks with the Solfachord. And then the 7 other good Solfachord cards would be 3 Primo, 3 Happiness, and then 1 Cutia. Happiness is kind of like a Melody of Awakening Dragon, but it doesn't discard for cost. So if you get Ash, then you're not discarding at all, which is beautiful. And all effects are once per turn, but you can obviously use all 3 effects in one turn. So if you draw, again, multiple copies, it's fine. And Primo, the other effects that it has don't really matter too much in this deck because you're not playing a real Solfachord deck, but the skill effect, it can be okay-ish. It doesn't really do much for you. And then for the non-engine, 3 Ash, 3 Veiler, 3 Imperm, 3 Purge, 3 Fua, 3 Joel, and a Call by the Grave. Very flexible. It can honestly just be anything at this point. You can replace like Veiler for Ghost Bell. That's perfectly fine. For the extra deck, 1 Herald of Arclight and Martial Metal Marcher, and then 1 of each of the Yummy Synchros, 3 Link 1s, IP and Zillothroner Gorgon with SP, Link Spider, so that we never lose to Nibiru, and then Link Rebo. In this deck, it's super easy to make and convenient with the Solfachord engine. Salamangreat Elmirage for, you know, normal summoning the hand shop, and then special summoning the Yummies, and finally the Grand Solfachord Kulia, which is Omni-Negate. And by the way, if you get hit by a Dark Ruler and you have Solfachord as a skill, you can still negate a monster effect while Solfachord is, you know, a skill. And then it destroys itself. If you're not under Dark Ruler, it doesn't grant you an extra monster negate, because if you want to negate something with Kulia, then you do have to special summon a monster with an odd pendulum scale from your pendulum zone to negate. So you really have to choose whether you're getting an Omni negate with Kulia or if you're getting a monster negate with Solfachord. And it's kind of like Razor Cross. It negates on the resolution, so even if your opponent chain blocks, it doesn't matter. It's a continuous effect, so it's really nice. And then for the side deck, it's 3 Ghost Reaper, 3 Ghost Bell, 3 Retang Sea, 3 Metal Chonus. Really good card in the mirror match. And you're playing so many hand shops that your opponents are never making big boards. And then 1 Talent, 1 Anti-Spell, 1 Judgment. The best going first cards that are very generic that this deck can easily play. So with that being said, let's get into the combos. Okay, so combo number 1, I have Primo as well as any 2 cards, because you do have to discard 2 cards. 1 for the Happiness, and then the other one off of the Cupsy Yummy Way Synchro monster. But obviously, you're still going to have more cards in your hand, and you're making a really big board, so it really doesn't matter. But yeah, search your Happiness, and then effect, you're not discarding for cost, so if you do get ashed, it's fine. You do not have to lose anything from your hand. So you do play a lot of hand shops, so at least you're not negging too much there. And yeah, you're going to be searching the Cutia as well as the Solfachord, and then special summon the Cutia from the hand. It is going to be searching for a Primoa, and then link off for Link Rebo, and then Synchro into Cupsy Yummy Way. That is going to be triggering its effect to search, obviously, both good Yummy monsters, so the Cupsy as well as the Marshmallow. And then special summon the Cupsy to search the Yummy Surprise, and then special summon the Marshmallow from the hand. Make the Martial Metal Marcher, revive back the Synchro level 2, Synchro into Herald of Arclight. We are now completely safe from Nibiru, but either way, Nibiru doesn't really beat you because you still have Yummy Surprise to revive back the Marshmallow, and then, you know, recycle back, make the Link 1, and then place the field spell, and keep playing from there. So even if the opponent nipped us right before we were able to make the Herald, we literally wouldn't have lost anything. We would still be able to make the Herald, so it doesn't even make our board worse overall. And then we still end on like IP and Pendulum Summon with our scales. We have so much more to do afterwards. But yeah, Yummy Surprise, revive back the Marshmallow now and then recycle back. And then link off into the Link 1, place the field spell. When you activate the effect of the Link 1 to place the field spell, you are locked under not being able to make Link 3 or higher monsters for the rest of the turn. So keep that in mind, because if you do that, it means that if you're trying to make the Grand Solfachord Kulia, you can only use it, you can only do it in the opponent's turn, which means that you can't IP into SP and make Kulia at the same time, but you can end on an SP and then make IP into Kulia. That is a possibility. So just keep that in mind, make sure you don't forget about it. Yeah, now revive back your level 1 monster off of the minion, and then Lollipop revive back 2 monsters. There's going to be any 2 monsters, and then make the IP Masquerena, and then scale. Make sure that these 2 zones were free, so that we can Pendulum Summon 2 monsters from the extra deck. Yo, you can Pendulum Summon. That's just another... It's a proof that this deck is goated, right? And then obviously we're going to be making an SP Lunar Knight with these 2 monsters. Make sure that one of these Solfachards stays on the field. Because otherwise we won't be able to make the Kulia on the opponent's turn. And when you Pendulum Summon, you can bounce back your Primoa with its effect. And then next turn we can go normal summon Primoa, search Happiness, and then we can keep playing the game and do some cute things that are relevant. But yeah, make the SP, and then set the Yummy Surprise and pass turn there. So we have a lot here, because we can make an Omni-Negate right away, as soon as our opponent passes turn player priority on the main phase 1. And then we have an Omni-Negate, we have the SP, we have the Lollipop, as well as the Yummy Surprise, we have Herald of Arclight. And honestly, it's really, you know, tough to lose. You're gonna have to put in a lot of effort. And when you do negate, remember that the Kulia is going to be summoning the Solfachia, and it doesn't really do much on the field on your own turn, but on the next turn you can like tribute it, and then revive back one of your Solfachord monsters in the extra deck. And it can be Cutia or Primoa, so that you can search again. And then you can go scale, whatever, and then you can Pendulum Summon, and then just keep playing. So yeah, that is the 1-card combo. And also this is undestructible by card effect, and it is an Omni-Negate. So it's like so many disruptions, I can't even count. Because you obviously have the Akroki, you have the possibility of potentially searching a Cookie, and then tagging out so that you can revive back, because after you discard it with a Cupsy Way, and then destroy another monster, so it can be like 2 pops, 2 Book of Moons, bounces with the Yummy Surprise, Herald Negate, Omni Negate, SP. I think I'm counting like 7 or 8 disruptions there, which is absolutely filthy. But yeah, let's get into combo number 2 now. So combo number 2, all I have is Cutia, which is the other Solfachord card that is good, but not great, because the really good ones are Primoa as well as Happiness. But Cutia is still decent, and then, like I said, Solfachia is the card that doesn't do much of anything. But you can still play the game there. So normal summon the Cutia, search your deck for Solfachia. Now in this order, you're going to have to special summon the Solfachia from the hand, which you can do if all the monsters you control are Solfachord monsters. It is an activated effect in the hand, so your opponent could actually summon a K9 monster there, but you're better than your opponent, so that's not going to happen. And then you make Link Rainbow. Again, the very specific order of sequencing that I'm doing here, you have to do the exact same thing. And then tribute to the Solfachord Solfachia for its effect to summon back the Cutia to the zone the Link Rainbow points to. So with Relinquished Anima, this combo wouldn't work. So you would have to play Salamangreat Almirage, but Link Rainbow is like the better card, the better Link one to summon in this context. And then you can make the Cupsy Way and then play from there. So it's very similar to like opening Sky Striker Hornet drones. You're bridging into your engine by making Cupsy Way. It's literally the same thing as drawing Primoa as well. The only difference is that we don't have the 2 scales, so we can't Pendulum Summon at the end, meaning that the end board is naturally a little weaker, but it's still really good. You still get to make IP and everything. You just won't have the Grand Solfachord Kulia, which, you know, it's completely fine. Like this, honestly, I'm not gonna complain about it. It still beats Dark Ruler, Nibiru, and stuff like that, because Yummy Surprise can revive back the Cupsy Way in the graveyard and then tag out for 2 monsters. Or you can revive back 1 monster. Not if you get Dark Ruler, but whatever, you get the point. And yeah, there's still IP into SP and stuff like that. So really, all I had to showcase for this video, very short and sweet. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys very, very soon with another video. Peace.